All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another round of Trinity Competitive Racing. We are here in the United States for the season finale for the Golden Class. It is round 14 out of 14, whether you are watching on Twitch or YouTube. We appreciate you being here because this is going to be one heck of a race. I am Camden Luca. I will be your host today, and alongside me is none other than Mr. Seafreeze. So, Seafreeze, what are you expecting to see from this race today, which has a lot of implications that are on the line?
Yo, welcome everybody to the finale. It's a three-way battle for the championship. I'm expecting all-out brawl to the very last lap to decide this thing. We've had last lap deciders in the past at Coda Finale. So I'm expecting maybe it'll go down to the wire, but you know, with three drivers, they all are capable of winning it, and let's just see who will take charge. I think it's going to take a win to take the championship. I think one of the three will win it, and with that, the championship as well.
Absolutely, and just so that we can go down and summarize who is in the championship fight. So, we have Warriors at the top of the standings. He has 155 points. He has been up front most of the season, but as of late, TCR TJ has closed in. He has 150 points, and as you see, he is going out for his out lap right now. Really, as Seafree said, I think it's going to take a win. We do have a shorter grid today, so it really might come down to one of these guys winning this race. But you also have to keep an eye on Got Any Weeb. He has 138 points, 17 points out, which means his chances are smaller at winning the championship. He's going to need at least a first or a second place in order to win the championship.
Yeah, a very simple way of saying it is you got Any Weeb as the long shot favorite, and the Ferrari. TJ would be classified as the underdog, coming in 5 points only behind, so a little bit under percent, and Warriors actually coming in as the favorite, obviously 5 points ahead. So those are the odds for today's championship bout.
Absolutely, and we do have to keep in mind the Constructors' Championship 2. McLaren is in front as we see the first McLaren driver to go across the line, a 132.2. That is a good lap, and D'Angelo, he could really play a factor in not only the Constructors, but also the Drivers' Championship. It should be really interesting as to how he races TJ and also the people around him.
Absolutely. I mean, he just a few races ago was in this championship fight up until Australia, where it kind of went south for him. He's got to play a big, important role to at least bring home the Constructors title. Speaking with him last night, that is his goal, hoping to get some solid points to secure the bag for the team.
Absolutely, and we do see TJ is starting his lap. He's on the medium tires. Seafreeze, do you want to do a summary of a lap around this track?
Who are you on board with? Sorry.
We're on board with TJ. He's in turn 1.
Absolutely, coming through turn 2 in a very important S section. Left, right, left should be almost flat. A little bit of a lift by TJ in these conditions. Might even see some rain, very cloudy at this section. Purple first sector, and right here, very difficult on the traction. If you have any wrong setup, temp issues will definitely be a problem. We just passed the Drs Detection Zone, and this is a crucial corner, one of two crucial corners, which will lead down the main back straightaway. A great opportunity to do some passing, as we saw a lot last night in the silver class in turn 12. Got to spot your braking very nicely, as TJ does, keeping it all valid. And third sector entering is very also good for some battling side-by-side action. Now through turn 15, you see a lot of undercuts, switchbacks, and a very difficult corner here. We also saw some two-wide action. The triple right-hander right under the viewing deck to a tricky penultimate corner. Easy to invalidate. TJ keeps it clean. Also easy to spin on exit on curb. And the last corner, where we saw Chibar overtake last night with the rain to the line. We had actually decided the championship for the constructors last night with Monkey Mafia and Shibar. We had some rain at the end of last night. I do have some word by TJ that we also might be getting some rain towards the end of the session, so towards the end of the race. So that can definitely play a factor in the decider.
Absolutely. And during that lap by TJ, which was a pretty good lap considering he is on the medium tires, we had D'Angelo and You Having a Giggle retire from the session. So their laps are pretty good right now, but they will not be able to put up any more laps in this session because they are out. Something to keep in mind, Got Any Weeb, like we said, he is definitely the dark horse today. He is on top of the charts right now with a 132.1. He is about a tenth ahead of TJ's teammate D'Angelo, so Got Any Weeb possibly really coming in clutch today. We'll have to see.
I just absolutely love it. I mean, the teamwork, Got Any Weeb and Fire Up Flow, they've been long teammates together ever since the silver class moved up together. It would be very cool to see Got Any Weeb snatch the title with some nice practice just when it counts the most, right on the last race, as Warriors on his lap invalidated, so he still has no lap on the scoring board. Now remember last week at Canada, Warriors got a lot of penalties at Canada, very prone to getting some penalties. Coda's very similar, so that could play a difference here is the penalties. TJ was able to keep it clean, as did Got Any Weeb. So that's a little bit of a key to the race.
For sure. And we do have Omega. He is on a flyer right now. He's on the medium tires, so it should be interesting as to who goes on the softs, who goes on the mediums, and as we mentioned before, there's only 14 people here tonight, so I would assume most people would be trying to go for the softs, see what kind of lap they can put up, but also not the worst idea to go on the medium tires. Let's see what Omega does here. He is in Sector 3 right now. His previous time was a 150. Obviously, that's not his best. So let's see what he can do right here. He is headed through turns 19 and 20. Coming to the line, let's see what kind of lap he can put up on the mediums. A 134, not a bad lap considering he is on those tires. Let's see, it doesn't look like many people are on a flyer. Turkey Whacker may be on one. Nope, he has invalidated. So we're kind of in a lull right now. We have about 9 minutes left in qualifying. Yeah, I mean, this is this is going to be one heck of a race. Do you see any people, Seafreeze, actually sticking with the mediums and trying to put on a fast lap on the medium tires before the session ends?
If it was a dry race, probably not. I think track position's always important. Only if you start in the back. I mean, maybe you could go the alternate route. Although if green does play a factor, I don't know when it'll come. Maybe that's the only issue. The reason why someone would do that. Always see Warriors coming out on the mediums as Tebow, purple first sector, as we're serving here tonight, can mix it up with the front runners. He's your silver champ of the season.
Yeah, we'll have to see how far he is up on his time. He's about to enter Sector 3 right now. Let's see where he is at. He's got a 1 minute 2.3 after 2 sectors. So let's see. As you said, he is reserving tonight, but he was really quick here in silver last night, so I can assume that he is going to be up front in this race as well. He's going through turns 16, 17, and 18, that long right-hand corner. Right here through turn 19, it's very easy to go wide there and invalidate your lap, but he did not. And let's see what our silver class champion puts up for a lap. He goes up to third with a 132.7. Great lap.
Got Any Weeb is also on a lap, just marginally ahead, about a tenth on his previous best, as we now go to the third sector. almost 2 tenths now. So picking some more time up in Sector 2. He's looking to get in the 31s.
Yeah, he's going to be close. Let's see what he does here in Sector 3. It looks like his pace is really strong, though, just based on the previous lap and what he's been able to do through 19 corners so far. Got a little bit loose out of turn 19 right there, but otherwise looking like a pretty solid lap as he comes to the finish line. He does get in the 131s, a 131.8, so Gattini Weeb really solidifying himself on pole position right now. He's up by almost half a second.
And speaking of a half a second, TJ, I'm looking on board 6 tenths up on his time. Obviously, his first lap wasn't the best with a 33.2, but this is going to put him in the ballpark. So let's see what the underdog can do here. And TJ.
Yeah, and really, I mean, we've talked about how TJ has been really strong as of late, but he does have the same amount of wins as Warriors, so really been strong. But in general, he's been quick all season, and he is quick right now. In second place behind Gattini Weeb, but he slots in a 132.2, barely faster than his teammate. Looks like Fire Up Flow is on a lap, but he is currently slower by a lot, so unless if he picks up the pace here in these last few corners, he will probably stay in that spot, which is huge because, as we mentioned before, the Constructors' Championship is still close between McLaren and Ferrari, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Ooh, Nico John, let's see, is he on a flyer? I don't think he is, but he's currently P9 as well, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. So we got 5 minutes left in the session, and looks like pretty much everybody has put in laps on the softs. Warriors just invalidated right there, though. He's on the medium, so it looks like this lap will not count.
Really struggling to put in a lap, and it gets worse and worse the longer you go in the session with no lap time on the board. You would ideally like to get at least a banker on your first run, even if you have to do an extra lap, maybe put some extra fuel in the car just to put a lap on the board. With only 4 minutes left, he's going to have it all on pretty much one lap, unless he goes. No, he's coming in. He's coming in.
Yeah, so Warriors, as you said, has not put up a lap. Turkey Whacker has not put up a lap, but he is on his out lap. NIP Steven is currently on a flyer. He is about to finish up with the DRS straight in Sector 2. He is reserving tonight, but, you know, I'm sure this is going to be great experience for him if he does come back next season and possibly races full-time in Golden Class. So this could be a great shot for him to showcase what he can do. Looks like a pretty solid lap. I've been keeping an eye on him throughout this lap. He's in the Aston Martin, but let's see what he can do here as he rounds the last couple of corners. Barely is able to keep it on the track there in turn 19. As I said, that is a corner that is very easy to invalidate in, and he goes up to 4th. A great lap for Steven right there. And he does...
Definitely has the speed.
Yeah, he slots in front of Thibaut, who, as we said, had really good pace last night. So definitely a statement there for a reserve to go and just put up a lap that's close to not only Thibaut, but also our championship contenders. Looks like Santiago is finishing up a lap right now. Let's see what he can do. Slots up to 8th place, barely ahead of Fire Up Flow in that Ferrari. Ooh, we have a ton of people coming out of the pits. This is going to be very interesting as we see both Ferraris coming out at the same time. So we could possibly maybe see some teammate help here. Fire Up Flow is backing off a lot, but very interesting, both of them coming out of the pits at the same time.
Yeah, it was really at that time in qualifying, once you get down to about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, maybe 2:40. A lot of drivers like to go out and get that track evolution if there is any. Very cloudy conditions at the moment. I mean, the track is definitely different than clear skies, sunny days.
Oh, for sure. And I'm sure it's going to be cloudy towards the end of the race, potentially, which sounds a lot like yesterday's race, to where the rain just kind of crept up towards the end of the race. And it really didn't put a wrench into things because we were so late in the race when it happened. But say that the rain happens around lap 20, I mean, that could be huge, considering everything that's on the line. And that would be awesome. That would just be another obstacle that these guys have to go through. So most people are on an out lap, man. I don't know who to watch. Do I watch Got Any Weave, TJ, Warrians? I don't know what Warrians is. He might be setting himself up for another lap.
Yeah, I think TJ's lap's pretty important. Let's see if maybe he can boost himself up to pole position. Everyone else is behind him, so if you get him, you should get everybody else. As they cross the line, keeping it invalid so far. A lot better time through there than the previous laps, as he gets another 10th in Sector 1, purple at that.
Yeah, looking pretty solid right now. He's about to go down into turn 11, a hard braking area, very crucial corner. It sets you up for this back straight right here. He's very smooth through that corner. He's going to have the DRS. And yeah, as you said, this lap could be very crucial for TJ in order to put himself up in front of one of his championship contenders. But Got Any Weave, man, he has really set the level for what the pace should be like. As TJ, man, though, I mean, this is going to be really close. He's up by almost 6/10 now, heading in to turns 13, 14, and 15 right here. I mean, this is going to be really close to see if he can get this pole position. Going through turns 19 and 20 right now. Let's see what the McLaren driver can do right now. He is 5 points out of the championship fight, but he is at the top of the grid. A fantastic lap, a 1:31.4. As Got Any Weave, though, increases his time, but not enough. He will slot into P2.
See if anyone else can break the pole position. Miguel Fragoso goes P4, and Tebow is on a lap as well. Only a marginal improvement so far. Let's see where this puts him. Good enough for third row.
Yeah, in P5. Now we do have Warrians here. He is committing to those medium tires. Let's see what he can do right here. He's been struggling throughout qualifying, hasn't really found his footing, but this is his last chance to get a lap in as he sees both of his championship threats up in P1 and P2. Where will the Williams driver slot in line? He will be P11, poor man's pole, with those medium tires. So this is going to be quite interesting to see Warriors do the medium to soft strategy for this race.
Yeah, it didn't look confident at all, and very much similar to last week. Warriors looked terrible last week at Canada, picking up so many time penalties very early. I mean, this is not what you want to see coming into the final two rounds. A weak Williams, honestly. I mean, hopefully he can get it back underneath him for the race, but a weird strategy, opting for only the mediums, pretty much gifting your two competitors track position. And I'm not too sure if I really agree. Maybe he doesn't as well. Maybe he would have liked to been up there as well. Maybe something's not working. I would assume he would have enough practice under the belt, knowing the conditions of the race, but never know.
Yeah. So as we go through the grid here, TCR TJ is on pole, and as we reminded you earlier, he is 5 points out. So really, if he can win this race, he will win the championship. But it's looking pretty good for him, considering, as we said, Warriors will slot in at P11. Got Any Weeb is a little bit out of this championship fight, but man, he's been solid all season. And right there, he's showed his pace. He's starting P2, and you know, really this championship is not in his hands, but right now he's doing what he needs to do. He needs to finish in the top 2, and he's there right now.
Well, yeah, and you said it. He needs to finish in the top 2, and that's if Warriens scores. If Warriens has no points on the board, because right now he's P11, so let's assume that's his true pace, and let's say he has a very bad race. If he doesn't do that, then the gap is actually only 12 points, which means you have a little bit more things to work with. It would be now a 1v1 between TJ and Godani Weeb. It's very interesting. I don't remember exactly, but I do think this is the last time. The last time we had a 3-way battle for the championship, I believe it was Season 5 of the Platinum class, between Go-To Guy, myself, and Sean, and we were all within 7 points. So really, at that point, whoever won the race was going to be your champion, and at the time, I don't think we had fastest lap being an extra point, because it was not a thing back then. And Sean went on to win that race and the championship. I don't believe since then we've had a 3-way battle for any of our classes, unless maybe someone else knows. We got a true fact. We gotta find that fact, see if that's true.
So we are starting the formation lap. Blue skies for now. We will have to see about later on. You take a look at the grid. It's pretty simple as to what the tires are, 1st through 10th, obviously on the softs. Everybody outside the top 10 going with the medium tires, including both Williams, which is probably the correct thing to do. But Seafreeze, it is that time. It's my favorite time of the stream. Predictions. Do you want to go first?
I will definitely go first. I love an underdog story, but more than that, I like a long shot favorite. I'm going with my guys in Ferrari. A little bit biased as a Ferrari Platinum driver. I like Godani Weeb. I think he's right up there with the speed. I think he's prepared for today. Seeing as how he performed last week at Canada, clean on the penalties, and I think he's pretty good in the rain, as we might be getting later on in this race. I like Godani Weeb for the win here tonight and the championship, more specifically. I like Tebow for P2. I think he had a great race last night, winning it. As your silver champion, I think he'll get through this race up to P2, and I will put TJ in P3, which would give a big enough gap from 25 to 15, so that would give Godani Weeb the championship. And Warriens having a struggle today, I don't think he goes. I think he's going to stay down out of the points.
All right. You're definitely going a little. I know. It's my turn.
Thinking?
I'll do this real quick. I think TJ is going to lock up the championship with the win. He's going to get it done. I'm going to say McLaren 1-2. D'Angelo will be P2. And then I'm going to go a little risky here just because, we got Miguel up here, 12th in points, but I think he gets the podium here today. So I think TJ is going to get it done. Let's see if Godani Weeb or Warriens proves me otherwise. Warriens, as we said, he's down there in P11, but he is on that reverse strategy, and with the rain towards the end of the race, anything that's possible. It's Trinity Competitive Racing, it's the Golden Class, and it's the last race of the season as we have 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. Let's see who gets the best start between TJ and Godani Weeb. TJ gets off the line cleanly. Godani Weeb slots into P2. D'Angelo making his move to the inside, trying to get that second spot. Godani Weeb going way off the racetrack. He goes down into P3. And McLarens are 1-2 right now with the championship contender in P1. TJ D'Angelo P1, P2. As we look back through the grid, we have a Red Bull going off a little bit here. That's Tebow going off through the S's, dropping many spots on the grid. Not a great start for the Red Bull driver right now. And we have a crash in the back. Turkey Whacker and Nico John have gotten together, and Nico John has a penalty. Bad start for them. But as we head into turn 11, it's the McLarens pulling away with Godani Weeb shortly behind.
And I was riding on board with Warriors who started P11, a flyer of a start. Everything went perfect for the Williams driver up to P5. And on the alternate strategy has gotten a weave under pressure by Steven.
Oh, a little bit of contact right there. Heading into turn 12, Steven slots into P4. Got any weave P3, but he is under pressure. Steven is right there on him. Let's see if he makes a move into turn 15. Not close enough to make anything happen right now, but Warriors, this is huge. As you mentioned, he's on those medium tires, and he has gained 6 spots off the start. Let's take a look at the position changes. Steven has gained 3. Omega has gained 3. He's up in the P7 as well. But Warriors, what a great start for him.
As we have fire up flow, Gatani's teammate into the pit lane, might have picked up some damage up on the opening lap. You don't like to see that if you're Gatani. You would like your teammate there battling with you, help maybe a little bit with this championship if you could. That's going to set him down the order.
And we do have Turkey Whacker in the pits as well. He had that incident with Nico John. Nico John is staying out on the track, but he does have that penalty, and he is pretty far behind, so not an ideal start for him, as Turkey Whacker is getting a wing change, so that will hurt his race unless we do get a safety car right here. It looks like Steven getting overtaken by Warriors right there, making a mistake, and Warriors now has his sights on his championship contenders in front of him, but he is out of DRS range.
Steven's going to come back purely on the battery. Steven's a very aggressive driver. He's formerly known as STX. He is not afraid to get those elbows out.
Okay.
Yes, that's
all right.
STX.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm glad we clarified that. Well, that explains why he's doing so well. You know, I mean, STX, as you said, he's been aggressive, but he knows how to get the job done. He knows how to make those moves, and he's going to give Warriors a run for his money. He does not pull over for anybody, and I remember in Belgium, he gave Warriors specifically a really hard time, so this could be a thorn in Warriors' side a little bit. We look down the grid. Tebow, as we mentioned, got a pretty poor start, lost plenty of spots, but he is behind you having a giggle, so we'll have to see what he can do with the DRS, now active here on lap 3, and TJ putting up the fastest lap. He is about a second ahead of his teammate right now. This could be really huge for Gatani Weeb if he's able to stay within that 1 second gap, because he could really get D'Angelo here with the DRS. And Warriors right now, as we mentioned, STX, aka Steven, is in 4th. Warriors on those slow tires, but he is able to stay within that 1 second gap. STX getting a little sideways there out of turn 10. We'll have to see if he can make a move. But really, I want to take a look at Gatani Weeb right here. Same tires as D'Angelo. He is using all of his ERS right now. He is down to 50%. Is he going to make anything happen here? D'Angelo going defensive. Gatani Weeb to the outside, and Gatani Weeb has got the move made. He slots into P2, so now he has his sights on TJ in first place.
D'Angelo fighting back a little bit through 14. Now 15 is going to send it on the inside. Out of nowhere. Gatani back on the switch. This is very risky between the two of them. And D'Angelo will edge him out with the preferred line. Gap out front with TJ, 1.5 seconds now. As Warriors overtakes Steven. Steven ended up having a moment in the penultimate corner, now loses a position to Omega.
Yeah, Steven making a big mistake right there, losing a lot of time. As Gatani Weeb now going for that second place spot. Contact made between the two drivers right there. D'Angelo is going to have to slot down into P3. So Gatani Weeb and D'Angelo battling, but this is slowing them up, allowing TJ to pull away. Looks like Steven with Miguel right in front of him, losing a couple of spots. As we said, he made that mistake, but this allows Warriors to go up into P4. Looks like towards the back, fire up flow, not the best start. He has a penalty. He's down in P13, and this is huge as well, because as we mentioned, the Constructors' Championship is pretty close. McLaren has about a 23-point gap, and if things stand the way that they are easily going to take this Constructors' Championship. So possibly both drivers and constructors could be going to McLaren this season. Let's take a look. It looks like Steven's going to make that move on Miguel in turn 12. And what a great move right there. Never afraid to make the big dive bomb, and he made it work. Now, somebody I want to keep in mind, too, is Omega. Omega has had a great start. After 4 laps, he has gained 5 spots, and, oh, looks like Miguel and Steven still going at it, but Omega, great start for him. He slots into P5. Oh, Steven, and he is crashing, and he is out of the race, out of turn 19. A little too much throttle put into the car, and boy, this changes everything.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time. That's really his driving style. Very aggressive, all laps, and I don't know if he really took into account the tire degradation from the soft tires, and maybe the tire temp issues. But yeah, first driver out of the race. A good chance to catch your breath and get back going, fire up flow. The first driver to take advantage of the pit lane, as all the other drivers already were passed. Turkey should also be coming in as he is doing so.
So, my game is screwing up right now. So, do we have a safety car? Because the top left corner, it is only showing a yellow banner with the little flag emoji in the corner. It's not showing whether or not there's a virtual or a safety car. So, is this a full safety car?
Yes, a full course safety car. Yep,
all right.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, this boy, Warriors, man, I'm telling you, putting on those mediums in this situation, but he is up in P4. I'm very curious to see what he does here. Does he do anything? I mean, I think he would stick to the medium tires, but what does TJ do? What does Guy Weave do here? We are a little short of the window to pit, but do they come in to pit? They are.
Come in on the mediums, I think, is the best route here. Mediums definitely go around 20 laps and probably can get to the end of the race if needed. But if there is rain coming, yeah, that's the tire to be on. Warriors will go an extra lap and take control of the lead, which is what you want if you are the championship leader.
So yeah, got any weep. He's putting on the mediums. TJ, let's take a look. He is also on the medium tires, so yeah, that's the way to go. But man, I mean, Warriors, this is not good for him. If TJ and Got Any Weave can stretch it to the end, Warriors not in a very ideal spot right now. Looks like towards the back, we do have Santiago and Miguel on the hards, so that should be interesting to watch as well. We do have, let's take a look. Tebow ended up putting the softs on. Seafreeze, do you agree with that decision?
It can't hurt. I mean, Tebow's not here for any points, right? So, I mean, it's not gonna hurt him at the end of the day. I might as well go for it. Make some positions happening. Omega doing the same. He'll be very quick on track, looking to overtake the top drivers. And you never know, if you get another safety car, then you grab some track position in the process. It is risky to do something different, you know, especially with, you know, Warriors as well. With the 5 laps, it's risky to stay out, you know, but he would rather have that track position opposed to pitting and being on the same tire everyone else would be on.
And I do want to keep an eye on 5th and 6th right now. They are on 5-lap medium tires, as well as Warriors. Twisted Jack there in the Haas. Haas has really gotten a lot of points lately. In the constructors, they have gone all the way up into 5th place right now. They're in a tight battle with Aston Martin in Mercedes, but considering where they were about a month ago before little Charles came onto the scene and has really lit things up, he and Twisted Jack have done great. I've been in lobbies with them, testing. They do a great job. Little Charles is not here tonight, but this could be a really good opportunity for Twisted Jack here to get some more points for Haas and possibly take 4th place in the Constructors. With Steven now out of the race, there are no more Aston Martins in this race. So, you know, although the top of the Constructors between McLaren and Ferrari is what we are looking for, the midfield in Constructors is also really close right now. So, we are under the safety car. Seafreeze, I know you love TCR's merch. Is that something you want to bring up right now?
Oh, no, I mean, you bring it up, sure. I mean, I could definitely talk about it. Well, actually, it's funny you say, I did get mine last week. I got the custom jersey, put Seafreeze right on the back of it. I went with number 22, even though Sonoda's got 22. I'm known for 22, so I put 22 on there. Got my mug, the coffee mug. I use it during the commentaries. Got it right next to me right now. I went with the dad hat, you know, might as well. I'm not too much of a, I don't wear many hats because I'm, you know, you don't want to go bald, you know, so I put it right up on the shelf for safekeeping. But yeah, we have some new merch dropped this season. You can look down in the description below and go order some for the new season. We have the new season on the F122 game in season 14, probably around middle August. Sign-ups will open relatively soon, so keep details for that. I don't think we have any Drink Alchemy drivers here tonight, but we had a bunch last night. You can use code TCR at checkout to save 10%. Also, fan tick affiliation is also down in the description. But I think we're about to go green here, as the top 3 in the championship are the same order on track. It's Warriors, TJ, and Got Any Weeb. Going to be lap 8 of 28.
Warriors is at a disadvantage right now. He is on those 6-lap medium tires. He will have to pit at some point, while TJ and Got Any Weeb may be good to the end on those tires. We'll have to see how hard Warriors races those guys. Maybe a little bit of desperation considering he is at a disadvantage. Still going pretty slow out of turn 20. Still going pretty slow. Now he has picked up the pace, and we are back underway. TJ not getting a good launch, as well as Got Any Weeb. Warriors really doing a great job there of getting some time above his championship contenders right here. It looks like they have gapped D'Angelo in the McLaren. As we look down the grid, a lot of tight racing here. Santiago in the Red Bull, Miguel in the Mercedes, Miguel around the outside right there. Omega goes off the racetrack right there. He is going to lose a lot of time going down into P10, so as we said, he was on those soft tires, but he did not get a good start there on that safety car restart. As we look up into P5, looks like Nico John here behind Twisted Jack. They are both on those older mediums, but we take a look at Tebow, and You Having a Giggle right behind them. Let's see, it looks like You Having a Giggle is in front. Tebow, though, let's see if he can do anything.
Yeah, he's going to be probably the quickest driver on track with these tires, but Giggle using a lot of battery, trying to look for a move on Nico John. Tebow might be able to squeeze by here, but he's playing it cautious.
Oh, Nico John not able to get a great launch off of turns 13 and 14. You Having a Giggle pulling away. It looks like Tebow is going to make his move to the inside of Nico John right there. They are still side by side, and he has got that spot. So a great start here off the safety car restart for Tebow.
And look at this for the lead. TJ powering through on Warriors as D'Angelo is out.
Oh no! What happened there? That's off of turn 19 and a safety car. So this could really... Oh man, this throws a wrench into things again.
That is not what McLaren needed. They do have a healthy margin lead coming into this race, but the Ferraris look pretty strong. At least one half. Fire Flow down in 9th. He'll need to get up to support if they want a shot at both championships.
So Omega did come into the pits as well as Santiago. He fixed his wing. So Omega, after being in P5 on those soft tires, he's going to have to hit the reset button here at the back of the grid, but he will have fresh tires.
Now, if you pit, TJ just pitted, and Got Any Weeb just pitted, so they'll be fine. I wonder if Warriors is rethinking his pit strategy. I would say he could put on another set of mediums, but we saw in qualifying he only used the mediums. So he would be using a scrub set, which probably has a lot of laps on it, which probably around 6, probably got 8 laps on it, honestly. He did so many in qualifying. No laps really on it until the end of the quali, but the in and the out laps, they all count. Put a lot of wear on the tire.
Now, here's something I just want to bring up real quick because, you know, I'm not seeing many clouds as of yet, but we do have that threat of rain towards the end of the race. This is just food for thought. I would not do this in a million years, but Warriors does need to pit again, as we said. Oh, Omega out of the session. I have no idea. Did he just maybe get, you know, maybe wasn't paying attention?
Would he fall into a pothole or something?
Yeah, it must be a pretty big pothole. But no, like, here's what I'm saying. And here. Oh, Warriors getting a little cheeky there, faking it. We have rain late in the race. Those Warriors come in and pit on the softs to anticipate the rain coming at around lap 20. Obviously, like I said, that's very risky. Now, I would not do that, but I mean, does he do something different here? Because he's going to have to pit at some point.
I don't really think he does, because he's coming in as the leader, right? So that's the best thing when you come into the final race as the lead championship leader. Because you do have that point cushion, and even that 5-point cushion is going to help him in this race. And Warriors should be coming in here playing the race kind of straightforward. He would still, I mean, if TJ wins and Warriors second, TJ gets it because it is only 5 points. But yeah, I don't know what he really needs to do. I think he just needs to stick with TJ. I think that's just his only hope. Stick with TJ. And maybe follow him here towards the end of the race.
So, Nico John did come into the pits. I noticed he got his penalty removed. So, Nico John has no penalties, and he is on soft tires. So, he could really be a force to be reckoned with here off the safety car restart. But we do have to mention, because D'Angelo is out of the race, and Miguel has crashed out. He has crashed out. Oh my goodness, what is going on with these safety cars? That's unbelievable.
I'm telling you, there might be a pothole or something.
There's got to be a lot of potholes. they didn't.
Some oil. Who put out the banana peel?
Man, I mean, I don't know. Someone's got something against the Mercedes, because that's both Mercedes drivers that have done that so far. So it's, I don't know. Maybe Max Verstappen or Michael Massey, you know, put those whole potholes there. I would believe Michael Massey would do that after you know, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, I mean, but he went full George Russell under safety car.
Oh my God. Yeah, but real quick before we go back, just to finish my statement, with D'Angelo out of the race, the Constructors' Championship really is in the hands of Ferrari. TJ is going to have to carry McLaren here, so he's got a lot on his hands right now in both the Drivers and the Constructors' Championship. He really needs to win this race right now in order to get the Drivers and probably the Constructors as well. And he gets a good launch here, going pretty early compared to the previous safety car restart when Warriors went off the final corner. But he gets a good launch ahead of Warriors. Warriors using that ERS to try and get back to him. But Got Any Weeb, man, not a great restart. He's about a second behind Warriors right now.
During the safety car, I looked at all the warnings from the top 3 drivers. Top 2 are clean, and Got Any Weeb has 1 warning. So relatively clean thus far, although that can change very easily, very easy to cut. But I would like this to stay penalty free. That would be very cool.
And it looks like Tebow is using his ERS right here. He gets a good launch off of turn 10. Will he make a move in turn 11? No, he's going to be patient. Twisted Jack going very wide. You having a giggle is going to take advantage of that opportunity. Twisted Jack now under pressure from Tebow. Can Tebow make a move to get by him? They are side by side right now along the back straight. You having a giggle is in front of him. He's going to go defensive here on Tebow to try and hold them off. Tebow not able to get by him, but he does have Twisted Jack, and Twisted Jack is going to fall down into 6th place.
Good stuff there, and Tebow very close to Giggle. He'll be eager to go past. Still only 4 laps on the soft tires. It's Twisted. Really struggling there. Look at the gap already between Giggle, Tebow, and Twisted Jack. Huge gap. I think he might have damage.
He stays out on track, but he does have those older mediums, so he was already at a disadvantage. But yeah, I mean, he's going really wide.
I don't think he could hit an apex if he can even buy one. I mean, he's missing every one.
Yeah, I mean, he just lost another spot right there, but he does get a good launch, it looks like, and he's putting up a fight with Fire Up Flow. And as we mentioned, with the constructors, this could be very important for the end of the race, as Nico John, with those soft tires, does get a place on Turkey Whacker there. But back up front right here, Got Any Weeb. Will he do anything here? Looks like their ERSs are pretty similar, but he is within that 1 second gap.
Should be an easy move down the back straight, I think, with the tire difference. Maybe with the DRS. No, not yet. Not yet. But possibly just battery. Should be able to power through here, get some P2.
Looks like he's going to make that move work. So Got Any Weeb up into P2. Warriors there in P3. Not looking too great for him right now, as Twisted Jack under pressure from Nico John. Nico John has been just a freight train off of this restart right here. Twisted Jack fighting back a little bit, locking up, and he is going to be under pressure from Santiago. A little bit of contact right there, but he is going to slot down into P8. And Warriors in P3 right now. It looks like he's a little far back. Tebow, though, on those softs, I mean, we have so right on
at that time across.
Flow. And Fire Up Flow is the only driver, actually, with a penalty, which I think is very impressive for these guys, that we have gone this long and only one driver.
Yeah, just wait till next lap when 5 get it. The ultimate commentator's curse. You jinxed everyone, Camden. Oh, man.
Dude, Belgium was so bad with the commentator's curse. I remember I literally was like, hey, Rockstar's having a great run, and he spins out as I say that, like, and he was in the podium as well, having a great run. Very unfortunate, but okay, we have two battles and a caution. I don't know who to look at. I'm going to look at P4 right now. Tebow getting by, You Having a Giggle, and right behind, looks like Nico John is ahead of Fire Up Flow. Twisted Jack just falling down the grid right now. He is in P9, so it looks like everything is in order, but Warriors getting very loose there out of turn 15, losing a lot of time here.
Yep, and that yellow was for Turkey Whacker. Went for a spin in turn 11. Warriors way off the track.
Yeah, I mean, this could be maybe desperation setting in. I mean, he's losing a lot of time, but as we mentioned, he is on older mediums, so yeah, not looking too great for him right now, but we still do have half the race left and potential rain, so there is always a chance to rebound. Ahead of Got Any Weeb, we've only been off of the safety car for a couple of laps, so TJ really looking like he could...
Now, if Got Any Weeb overtakes TJ, now that's Warriors' championship, if it stays as that order. But yeah, only lap 14 of 28. A lot of things can still happen, although the risk of a safety car went down very dramatically, with pretty much 3 people crashing out with 1 safety car, with the 2 Mercedes crashing under the safety car. But we do still have that threat of the rain. I don't see many clouds yet, although just in the distance they're starting to roll in, so the wind very powerful, I guess.
Yeah, and real quick, just to see an update in the constructors, So as of now, Ferrari would be getting 24 points, and considering they are down by 23 and TJ is currently in the lead, even with D'Angelo out of the race, McLaren is set to get both the Drivers' and the Constructors' Championship right now. And look at this. Tebow, yeah, he's gained on Warriors. He's making his move. And he's... Warriors, can he do a crossover here? No, so Warriors down to P4.
I just did a race director check. Got any Weave and Warriors both with 2 warnings. If they get one more, that's a 2-second time penalty or a 3-second. I don't know what the number is. I think it's 3 seconds. Oh, there it is. 3 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
Warriors.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's our first commentator's curse of the night, and it's from the guy that really did not need the penalty. So now he's at a big disadvantage in penalties compared to his competitors, and I bet he's going to dump a ton of ERS here on this straightaway. I think this is where desperation starts to kick in. He's not using it. He's going to wait to try and make that move on Tebow to try and get back in the podium, but yeah, things not looking good for the Williams driver at the moment. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's our first commentator's curse. I'm sure that's not going to be the only one we see tonight.
Yeah, well, I can't be biased. So, Got Any Weeb and TJ both doing a great job saying penalty free. So they're doing. We'll just wait and see how that happens. You know, I got to share it around. You know, between the 3 contenders.
Yeah, and hey, I mean, here's the thing too. With Tebow, with how fast he is right now on those soft tires, we'll have to see how those tires fall off towards the end of the race. But he is gaining time on Got Any Weeb, so he could really hold him up possibly here for a bit. But Got Any Weeb right now really not going to win this championship. He's done everything he's needed to do, but TJ has just been better, and he's up in first. And but we will have to see what the Silver Class champion does here in the closing laps. And fire up Flo, as we mentioned, the constructors, he is down in P7 with that penalty, so he is also kind of not in a great spot to gain any spots right now. Nico John, though, putting up a pretty good performance here. He could be in for a pretty good finish if those soft tires work out for the next several laps or so.
I just want to take the time to thank everyone viewing on both the YouTube and the Twitch. We've had a lot of support last week, so keep the comments, questions, likes, and hopefully if you aren't subscribed or followed, maybe you will by the end of this stream. Tomorrow is our final race. It's the Platinum Class finale, and it is a 100% race at COTA to finish up the season. Constructors are still up for grabs between Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, and Williams. So that should be a lot of fun. Last season's finale at COTA was crazy fun. Really expecting the same as Tebow pits, as does Warriors on lap 17.
Yeah, let's see. I think Warriors obviously will put on the soft tires. Let's see what Tebow does here. Tebow going for the mediums. Interesting strategy. Warriors on those soft tires here. He's going to come out pretty far behind Tebow, so he's going to have his work cut out for him, but he will be on the faster tires, so I think he will be able to get him here. But keep in mind, with Tebow, Twisted Jack is in front on 16-lap medium tires, so that could be a little bit of a roadblock here for him if he's not able to get around him quickly. And I do want to shout out the chat, as we said. There are a lot of people watching. We got plenty of people watching right now. We do have a comment from D'Angelo. He says he hates this track, but he believes in his boy right now. So he's cheering on his teammate to bring it home and get this championship right here. His contact is made between Tebow and Twisted Jack. This should be a piece of cake for Tebow right here. Let's see. He's using his ERS, and it looks like he's going to get this move done.
I would love a piece of cake right now, especially watching.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. That does sound really good right now. D'Angelo, do you know any places we could get some right now? We can't really leave the booth right now, but maybe you could supply us with some food.
Warriors.
Ooh.
Very close on Twisted Jack. It came out of nowhere, but the tire difference. Oh, around the outside maybe. Look at this.
There's
and he gets it done.
Wait.
He goes off the track.
Oh, getting very sideways. Twisted Jack putting up a fight around the outside, but Warriors has the advantage and he will take that spot. And we did get another comment, and we do have to keep this in mind. Warriors, he still has a chance because, I mean, I am noticing some pretty dark-looking clouds getting in the sky of the United States. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm on board with TJ right now. Those clouds are looking pretty nasty. I mean, this could really be a possibility here before the end of the race that we could get some raindrops on this racetrack.
Yeah, so last night the rain hit at around lap, I want to say 24, 25? And it just started to drizzle, and by the time lap 28 came, especially if, I mean, for the leaders it was fine to still be on those drives, but if you were a little farther back in the pack, it didn't really quite work. Intermediates probably would have been better. Obviously, you wouldn't pit that far, so if it really needs to be a factor, you know, you want that rain to come a little earlier. Although the good thing with Warriors, he's going to have some nice tires in the softs, low fuel. That should help him at the end of this race. Top two will have relatively old mediums as Nico John pits from the soft tires. As Warriors another penalty. And Turkey Whacker gets one as well.
Well, I think that explains why he put up the fastest lap then. Warriors, you know, will get that extra point as of now, but I mean, 6 seconds in penalties. Both of your other guys in the title fight have none. This is looking like a lost cause for the Williams driver. D'Angelo did not like that comment. Now, because he retired from the race, and now he's more sad, apparently, that he has to go and get food for us rather than compete for a race win. So my apologies, D'Angelo, for making you a little less positive about this day for you. But we do have a TiVo supporter, and he says, great job on the commentary. So that's really nice to see that. I am noticing Gottney Weeb is closing the gap a little bit there, Seafreeze.
And it's starting to come down a little under 2 seconds as TiVo on Santiago. Both Red Bulls down turn 12. Should be a nice easy move for TiVo with the DRS. Moves up to P5 with the fresher rubber.
Yeah, great stuff there from the teammates. I'm sure there was a little leniency there, not necessarily going to force the issue too much, but yeah, they're slotting in pretty nicely 5-6 right now on the grid, and considering Red Bull is currently last in Constructors, I mean, this could really be a great day for them to get some points and possibly go up the grid in the Constructors Championship.
Absolutely, and for Gottney Weeb, even if, I mean, you could even ask him, he'd probably say, yeah, you know, if I did win the title, it probably wouldn't be really deserved. He only has one win. Probably wasn't the best season that he's put together. It's just he's been quite consistent. But, you know, he's still out there to win the race. I mean, you want to win the race. If you get the title, or, you know, so be it. But, yeah, it's still, it looks like he's gaining out of the exit of the S section. And then a little bit down the back straightaway. Yeah,
and you know he could still get second in points because Warriors with those 6 seconds in penalty, and you know, why do I even talk? Nico John now has a penalty that puts all those guys pretty much almost at the same level as him, but still, I mean, he's got 6 seconds compared to their 3. But, I mean, Nico John getting that penalty, that pretty much gives Warriors a pretty good shot of at least finishing 7th or 8th, so he should be pretty set to finish second in points. Oh, and he is getting around Santiago right now. Santiago on those medium tires. Warriors with those penalties, but he does get another spot. And Nico John, Turkey Whacker, pretty close as well. As we mentioned, he just got a penalty. He is on very fresh tires, though. So let's see if he can get this done on Turkey Whacker. He's closing pretty nicely in turn 19. And he's going to have a pretty good advantage here on this front straight. ERS is active. Turkey Whacker going defensive right here. He has a lot less ERS. He's going to squeeze Nico John towards the curbs by turn 1. But Turkey Whacker slots into 8th spot. He's got that spot. Looks like he's going to keep that position. But if we go back up to the front, man, I'm telling you, Got Any Weeb has been on a tear. I don't know if TJ is conserving, because even if he doesn't win the race, he's going to win the championship. But man, I don't know if that's a good strategy, Seafreeze. Got Any Weeb really doesn't have... He has nothing to lose at this point, and he could possibly put TJ to hell if he gets to him.
Yeah, I think it's tricky to say, you know, do you give him the position? Maybe, you know, when he gets there, do you not put up much of a fight? And the fact is, you know, will he get there? TJ seems to be playing it somewhat conservative, a little bit more battery on board. Just riding on board last few laps, it does seem like TJ has more of a oversteery setup. Got Any Weeb more of an understeery setup. Might be better on the tires. That's the only thing that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the speeds that they're entering the corner, and it's very hit or go. I think Got Any Weeb carrying a little bit more speed through these corners, able to lean on the car a little bit, especially through this corner here. You see 1.2 right out of the exit of the corner, and he starts to gain a little bit down this straightaway. Not so much on that time, but and then he gets a nice exit as well from 1.2 seconds, 1.234. Hurts a little bit on exit, but he does use some battery. TJ not opting to use as much, and Got Any Weeb gaining down the entire back straightaway and just outside the DRS.
So, I mean, the clouds have increased, but I think it's safe to say we're probably not going to have rain. If it happens, it's probably going to be in the last couple of laps and really won't have an impact on this race when it comes to traction. I really don't think it's going to happen, so this could be a dry race to the end.
Yeah, I believe so. It's gonna, I think, stay dry. I don't believe any rain will come at this point. I wonder if TJ meant rain towards the end of the qualifying session. He didn't really specify. He just said rain towards the end. When I do see that, I feel like that would be more for the race, because it was very cloudy in the qualifying.
So I did get a message from Nico John before the race. He did say rain is forecasted for the end of the race. Okay. That was in qualifying that he told me that, so obviously, you know, things, just in general, I mean, weather obviously is unpredictable, but I mean, I think he did have a point, because the clouds have increased a lot, and Got Any Weeb gets a penalty, and that is really going to put this championship and race win in the hands of TJ.
Now, similar to last week, Got Any Weeb was with TJ on track. If Got Any Weeb can get up to the back of TJ, he needs to battle with him. Maybe, you know, see if he can push TJ, not act physically, but put him in a spot where he might be more vulnerable to getting a penalty or getting some warnings. He might not know TJ is still penalty free, not even a warning on board. So this means TJ is very determined in this race. And when he just saw Got Any Weeb get that penalty, it'll definitely help him breathe a little bit more as we close in.
So we have the final 5 laps of the season, Seafreeze. I mean,
yeah, this is crazy. crazy. I know. Actually, TJ did pick up one warning on the previous lap, so he has one more opportunity, and then his second time would be another penalty. 1.1 seconds the gap on the top two. Fire Flow also very close to Giggle, right outside the DRS zone, as is Tebow. So everyone's starting to close in with this difference in strategy. Lap 24.
And I do want to give a shout out to You Having a Giggle. This is a great way to end the season if he is able to get this podium position. He is 14th in points, so this could really bump him up the grid, maybe get a top 10 in the standings. 9th through about 15th is so tight right now, so You Having a Giggle really doing what he needs to do to finish the season off strong. And like I said, it's been kind of a quiet race for him, but he's done just a fantastic job here in that Alfa Romeo for potentially finishing off the season with a podium.
Yeah, Giggle's a long-time veteran in the Golden class. He's been here, I believe, since season 6, since we introduced the the class.
Wow.
Yeah, I would assume he's had, I don't know if he's ever won a race, but I gotta assume he's got some podiums in the past.
Yeah, I mean, he's been solid. Like, you know, I've done a couple more races of commentary, and I've noticed he's just a very solid driver, you know, doesn't really make a lot of mistakes, and he's definitely showing that right now with the pressure being put on him from Fire Up Flow and Tebow. He's doing a fantastic job, but he may have to deal with Tebow here on a lot fresher tires than Fire Up Flow. He is right there, and I can assume he's going to make a move here very, very shortly. And he does make that move to the inside here, going into turn 1. Tebow, can he make it work? Fire Up Flow fighting back around the outside. Who is going to give going into the S's? It looks like Fire Up Flow does give that spot. So Tebow now has his sights on You Having a Giggle, and they are clean with penalties. So this is a fair fight for this third spot. And we go back up to the front really quick. Gotti Weep, man, he's just so close to that DRS. He's very low on ERS. He's been pushing it, but man, he just needs to get a little bit more out of the car, and he does not have much time left. We are not going to get a safety car. We are too late in the race for that. But if he just needs to get a little bit more on TJ here, maybe gain a 10th. You see he's pushing there out of turn 14, but he just needs a little bit more. And if he can get in DRS, I really think he can catch him here and at least make this a fight for the race win.
And coming through the detection zone now, still outside, so he won't have it for the main straight. Giggle and Tebow side by side through turn 15. Tebow around the outside, now got the inside for the triple right.
And he's got it. So Tebow, what a drive, because he did have a moment where he fell down to P10, and what a great comeback, really showing his raw pace to go from all the way back there to possibly getting a podium here if he doesn't get a penalty. But we do have to keep in mind, take a look at the delta. Gottany Weeb within 0.8 of a second of TJ. He's very low on ERS. TJ has saved a lot of his, but DRS is very powerful here. Considering that long back straightaway here at this track, I'm sure if Gottany Weeb can get to TJ, he is going to make something happen, because that's all he can really do right now, is at least force TJ into a mistake right here to potentially put him into a crash, as you said before, not necessarily push him off the track. But man, he is closing 0.6, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3 of a second. This is going to be a fight here in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, TJ has more battery. It forced him to use a little bit on the main back straightaway. But now very close, half a second. Now TJ maybe feel a little bit under pressure, but you know, he still has that penalty. Gottany Weeb is carrying. I'll do a quick little check here on the warnings. TJ still only one warning.
A great shot right there. Great aerial shot of these two drivers as we close in on the last 2 laps of Golden Class Season 13. The McLaren of TJ did not start the season as strong as his other championship competitors, but he has been very strong as of late. He has won 3 races this season, and he is just moments away from solidifying himself as a champion of Trinity Competitive Racing. Got any weed, putting up a fight right here with that penalty. He is closer than he was at this point on the track last lap. So this may be it right here. I think if Got Any Weeb doesn't make something happen here this lap, that might be all that she wrote, and TJ could be on his way to winning to get the championship, which is pretty much just dunking on the competition at that point. Oh, and Got Any Weeb did not get a great exit right there, so it's not going to happen this lap, it looks like. But, I mean, wow, he's gained a lot right here. Is he going to make a move? Not close enough to make something happen, but he is there. He used a lot of his ERS. TJ has as well. I notice he's down to 40%, so this is still very much a fight. He goes a little bit wide right there. But Seafreeze, man, this is going to be great. Final lap of Season 13 coming up.
Yeah, in the Golden class, TJ seems very controlled in this race. I mean, he's very prepared. Everything going smoothly, and just one more lap. He's got the battery to do it. Got Any Weeb's carrying the penalty. He only has 1 warning on the race, and regardless if he finishes first or second, he will be the Season 13 Golden Class champion, and I think it's well deserved. He's put in a lot of practice and preparation, and you can't win a championship without those 2 things. You need preparation, you need practice, being prepared, and TJ was. He didn't go out there and win every race, but he was prepared, and he kept improving over the course of the season, and I think that's the best thing here in TCR. You could join any of the classes and join at any level and work your way through improving yourself, and I think TJ is a great example of where he used to be to where he is today. And that's definitely you gotta tip your hat off to him.
Got Any Weeb, one last shot here. He is dumping all of the ERS. He is down to 1%, but he is not close enough to make something happen. He breaks a little bit late right there, misses the apex, but that might be all she wrote. He is still using it out of desperation. But TCR TJ has put in the race of the season. He's on 21 lap medium tires. He has not gotten a single penalty, and this is really shades of somebody he looks up to, Lewis Hamilton, where he strides in the last half of the season, does everything he needs to do, keeps it clean on the racetrack, and he is going to go in fashion to win the race, win the championship, and the constructors as well. TCR TJ is the Season 13 Golden Class champion for Trinity Competitive Racing. A great drive, a great way to end the season for him. Got Any Weeb slots into P2. He did everything he needed to do, but obviously the championship was not in his hands. Tebow is going to cross the line and get a podium, a great way to finish the season, winning the Silver Class championship, and then finishing on the podium in Golden Class could be something to watch here late in in Warriors crashing across the line. He does finish P6, but man, Seafreeze, what a way to end the season.
Yeah, great finale. A little anticlimactic. You would have liked to seen Warriors maybe give it a go at the end. The rain actually did not come, but nonetheless, you know, all these drivers been putting one hell of a season in the Golden Class, and you know, you could rewind a few weeks ago. You could have said D'Angelo could have been, he was still in the hopes for a few other drivers, maybe joining mid-season. So next season, I don't know what plans we have for the top drivers. We'll see. I'll definitely ask TJ with my question. So we'll see if he plans to do it again in Golden, or if he wants to move up to Platinum.
And now we are looking at the podium for the United States Grand Prix. TCR TJ, his 4th win of the year. He will spray the champagne, and he will hold the championship trophy. We will not see that on here. The game is not that advanced to where we can do that. But a heck of a driver, and he can say that he's a champion of TCR. And just just a great race to end the season. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of hoping for a safety car there at the end, just to spice things up a little bit. But no, there was a lot that happened this race. And yeah, I mean, just a great way to end the season.
I know it's a different order, but I did have the top 3 on the podium, just in a slightly different order. But those 3 pulling through.
Yeah, so it looks like, let me do the math. I think McLaren will get Ferrari by about 20 points, so it stays about the same as it was going into the race. Warriors will get second in points, Gottany Weeb third in points. It will end up being a 7-point gap between them, so pretty close in the end. But yeah, let's get the podium guys in here. Let's get TJ, Gottany Weeb, and Tebow in for the interview.
Yep, I am. Yeah, I'm on it.
All right.
So they are all invited for the post-race interviews. If anyone is jetting out, thank you all for tuning in. We do have the post-race interviews coming up. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the 100% Platinum Class finale and one more time in Season 13.
All right, so let's take a look. It looks like we have TJ is here. We will wait for the other 2 podium guys, but once we do get started, I do want to start with TJ. Usually we start with 3rd place and go up the grid, but considering he won the championship, I think we will start with him. We will wait just a second just to see if Gottany Weeb or Tebow will join. If not, then we will start. Man, I know I've got a couple of questions. I'm sure you do, Seafreeze. Yeah, just an unbelievable race, unbelievable performance. And you know what? Let's start it now. TJ's here. He's our winner. He's our champion. TJ, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, you did it, man. I mean, you did what you needed to do. You did not come into this race with the championship lead, but you took the championship lead at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. And you won the race as well, getting no penalties. Just what are your emotions right now as you are our champion in Season 13?
All right. Before I start talking about that, I got to give respect to where it's due. Those people that helped me along the way to get to this point. Let me start. What do I start with? There are a lot of people. There is Brandon, Taz. There's Seafreeze. There's Sean. There's Mebe. There's Shabar, there is you, Camden. All those people, get into practice together, ask for things, what are you doing for this, what are you doing, just little tips. I gotta say thank you to you guys, because without you guys, I don't think I could have made it here today. I mean, compared to the start of the season, I was nowhere, and, when I started, mingling with you guys, do practice with you guys, I got somewhere. And Seafreeze, thank you for that advice. It really came in clutch, to be honest. And if you had not told me that advice, if you had not given me that advice, I don't even know if I'll be able to unlock what I was able to perform throughout the remaining half of the season. And also, I gotta say thank you to Brendan, because he's always there with me in the race. Practice, always there. Out of his time, during his work, whatever he's doing, he's always there for me, and I gotta appreciate him for that. Also, Bats, I can't forget Bats, because Bat is always there, always there giving me tips and do this, do that, do this, do that. Yeah, but yeah, back to the race. It was casual. I was expecting more, but I guess I did a better than everybody else and kept it on track, put in a good pole lap, and it was just easy going from there. And try as much to not get a penalty, and it paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate that. I mean, we've gotten into practice lobbies recently, and obviously you're very quick. This is very well deserved. So congratulations. You can forever be in the books as a TCR champion. I am going to pass the mic over to Seafreeze. I'm sure he's got a question ready.
Thank you.
Well, congrats for the championship, TJ.
Let's
That's
go,
some
baby.
Good stuff. Man, all those thank yous, man. It's like you just won a Grammy. Although I think a TCR championship is a little better than a Grammy. Nonetheless, thank you for thank you me, I guess is how you say it. Yeah, that's exactly what we're all about, is that practicing the improvement, and to see TJ to where he once was to where he is today. And I know you're gonna get a lot better as well. You're just starting to get the gears moving. It's very cool to see. That's why the other officials and I do this, is to see that improvement. And it's just really nice every season. We have more and more drivers to be like that, so it just makes what we do even more solidifying when we could do this every season. But I had a question. I don't remember. What was it? Oh, I was going to say, you got this golden championship. Now what? TJ, what are we going to do?
We're moving up.
You're moving
up.
There's nowhere else but up.
I like that. So you're planning to do platinum class?
Yes, sir.
There you have it.
I mean,
where's the contract?
You gotta shut some people up, because they talking smack right now. You gotta put them in good place. But yeah, that's the plan, because I got a good, I feel like I have a good baseline where I'm at right now, and if I want to get better, when they say if you want to get better, you gotta race against the best of the best, and platinum class is the best of the best. So if I want to improve more, I mean, I came from silver, I got to golden, I was slow as shit. I raced against the quicker guys, and I got better, and I'm here now. I won the championship. So the next thing to do is move to platinum. Even if I'm slow at the start, is like every race is a learning experience. You learn new things, you get better as long as you put in the time. But if you're willing to get better, so I'm gonna be joining platinum and pushing myself to even greater heights and try to get a platinum championship.
Attaboy. Just going up the ranks. Well, there you have it right there. So we already have a platinum announcement. So TJ will not be back in golden next season. That will definitely shake things up. But no, once again, TJ, congratulations on the championship. 4 wins on the year. Very well deserved.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So we will now move on to second place. Got any weeb, and man, a heck of a performance. I mean, you did everything you needed to do. You needed to finish in the top 2 in this race to have a shot at the championship, and you did that. Nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever. But what do you think about this season? How do you think this season went for you as a whole? And just overall your thoughts about just how you thought the season went.
Yeah, what's up, guys? First of all, thank you. But I thought the season went really well. I mean, I improved a lot this season, and it was a lot of fun for sure. Congrats to TJ, man. That was a great comeback this season, and definitely had to hit a different level this season. Sorry, I can hear my echo. It's hard.
It's all good.
Yeah. But no, congrats to TJ, and it was a super fun season. The race was fun. I just couldn't get past him. I had a pretty bad start, and just kind of had to make the mediums last to the end. So that's kind of how the race went. But it was a good one, and there's some good battles, and the season as a whole was a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, I mean, this may be like an unofficial nickname that I have for you, but I kind of want to call you Mr. Consistency, because you didn't have as many wins as TJ or Warriors, but you were solid. Very rarely made mistakes, and that's why you were in this championship fight right towards the very end. So awesome job. Like I said, you did what you needed to do, so that's definitely not anything to be ashamed about. So I am going to pass the mic over to Seafreeze. Let's see what he, yeah, absolutely. Let's see what he has to say to a fellow Ferrari driver.
Yeah, well, congrats, Scott and E, on the P2. I was a little biased. I did have you for the long shot, just because I really like a long shot. And yeah, no, I had you there. I thought maybe something could happen for you. Final buzzer beater or something. Maybe the rain. Yeah, something happened. Maybe a turkey goes across the street, and TJ hits it. You never know what could happen. You know what I mean? Well, we're in Texas. I don't know. Maybe got a cow or something. But
It was looking like it did for a second with when Warriors got up in front of him.
yeah.
Safety car. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, but what type of practice did you do for this? You knew the situation. You needed to win or be second. And ahead of the other two with Warriors way down the order. Did you know that? Did you do extra practice? It looked like you were very well prepared.
Of course I knew that. I was just treating it like every other race, mostly just because of time constraints during the week. But I usually just do like one practice session and get the hang of the tires once they get a little bit wore out.
Awesome. And also, what are we expecting? Oh, I was going to say, even if let's say you did win the championship, do you think you would have deserved it, or do you think? How do you think the season was? I know you only had the one win, but you were very consistent. Do you think you could have done better, or did you think? What do you think about it all?
There's a couple DNF. I think I had one or two DNFs, so definitely could have got some points back there. But yeah, I think sometimes you can't control it, and you just control what you can. And I'm definitely happy about the season, so I have no regrets. That's for sure.
Awesome. And what are we expecting for next season? Continue in season 14, Golden Class, or possibly Platinum? What are you thinking?
I'd have to consult with my longtime teammates see what we're feeling, and it'll probably be a decision for later in the off season.
See how the new cars you get to handle.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, good stuff and great season.
All right, thanks guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So is Tebow not going to be here for the interview?
Yeah, he said he would be unable, but he said he was very happy with his first podium in the Golden Class, and he should be moving from Silver to Golden, so good signs for him to really pick up where he left off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just with that pace, I mean, I'm sure he's going to be a threat next season in Golden. I mean, he wiped the floor in Silver, so he picked up 8 wins, which is unbelievable. And I'm sure he's going to win some races next season. But final thoughts, Seafreeze, on today and then just this season in general for Golden Class.
Yeah, no, it was a good season. You always like to see it come down to a few different drivers. I think at any point you can never tell who it really was. I mean, one race it was this person, next race it was that person. We had a few new drivers come in. Obviously, you'd like to see the attendance do a little bit better. I think that's something that we need to do better in Golden, and we will address for next season to make sure it's consistently filled as much as it can be. But yeah, no, really cool stuff. We should have a few silver drivers moving up, so that should help in the Golden Class. And yeah, just another good season. I think it went pretty smoothly. So we'll do it again.
We will, and we still do have one race left. We have Platinum tomorrow night. I believe that race is 100%. So that should be definitely a big test for those drivers, and we will wrap up the season there. But yeah, I mean, I was here in the booth for a few races in Golden Class this season. It was definitely exciting. There was a lot of action, a lot of great finishes, a lot of great battles. So it's great to see that, and I'm sure we will have that again next season. But for now, that will do it for Season 13 of the Golden Class in Trinity Competitive Racing. If you are watching this and you are not in the league right now, we are always looking for new drivers. The season is coming to a close, so you will be able to join a fresh new season coming up on the next game in a couple of months. So we will have a little bit of a break, but we will be back at it for Season 14 of the Golden Class in Trinity Competitive Racing. This has been Camden Luca and TCR Seafreeze signing out from Season 13 of the Golden Class.